Good afternoon. Today's recipe is fresh cherries and almond syrup. This is a very simple recipe. You don't need much. You need 2 pounds of fresh cherries. You need a cherry pitter, a couple of bowls, some measuring spoons, 1/3 of a cup of white sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Oh yeah, and a spoon. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the cherries and then I'm going to stem them. I'm going to rinse them in the sink in the colander and then I'm going to stem them. And then what you do for that is you simply just pull the stems out, you know? And that's it. And I'll come back to the next step. Alright, so all the cherries have been washed and stemmed there. So the next step is to prepare the sugar. Alright, so I've got the 1/3 of a cup pre-measured. Just toss that in the bowl there. And then get your 1/2 teaspoon with 2.5 mils of almond extract. And yeah, I use the imitation stuff. It's cheaper, tastes just as good. Comes out fine. So this you should measure very, very carefully, because you don't want to be putting too much in. It'll give a harsh flavor to the dish. Alright. Okay, so you got your almond extract in there. And what you do is you get your spoon. Okay, so what you're going to do, actually, you know, I think I'm going to turn on the better lighting right now so you got a really good look at this stuff. There we go. Good. Alright. So you're going to toss the sugar with the extract to just get it really light and nice texture. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start pitting the cherries. Alright. Now, pit them into the bowl and it'll make more space as you go along. So if you've never pitted a cherry, what you do is get your cherry pitter. I like this one because it's got a shield for the splash. And you put it in the bottom. You put the round part in the bottom and make sure that the part that had the stem in it is where the plunger is going to go in. Okay? So you can see that there nice and clear. Alright? And then, holding it firmly and away from you, right? Squeeze, and the pit will fly out. Alright? Okay, so that's the first one. Now what I do like to do with this, okay, is give it a quick squeeze once or twice before you put it in the bowl. Alright? Because if you don't and you miss a pit, like if you do it slow, right? See, that other one shot out too. But as I do this, some of them will kind of like stick at the end, and if it doesn't come out properly, what's going to happen is if you get a pit in this bowl and somebody's munching away, well, they can break a tooth or some dental work and they won't be liking your food too much, right? Alright, so I'm just going to work through the rest of these and come back. Okay, so I've pitted all the cherries and that's about how many pits you get. Alright, so I'll set that aside with the pitter and the sugar bowl, and looking over my shoulder here, let's just see how this is. Alright, so what you do is you start stirring this up from the bottom, okay, and try to get all the sugar working in with the cherries. Alright, now this is not ready right away. I'm going to come back to this several times over the evening so you can have a good look at it. Okay. So what you basically do, okay, the recipe at this point is pretty much done. Okay. What you're going to want to do is put this whole thing in the fridge with the spoon and basically pull it out and stir it every 20 minutes, half an hour or so. Okay, so this has been in the fridge for 20 minutes. And I'm going to give it a stir, starting from the bottom again. And you can see the juice starting to form. Yep. So, come back in another half an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half. And I mixed it up a couple of times there. And you can start to see the syrup starting to form. So I'll come back and check on it a couple more times and give you another look in an hour or two. Right. So it's been a couple hours since the last shot, and these have been in the fridge, and I've stirred them a few times, and they're basically ready now. When they get this really nice gloss, I'll bring them up close so you can see, and the sugar is nearly dissolved on the surface, and it started to form a syrup. They're basically ready to eat. Now, the longer you let these sit in the fridge, the more syrup will form, the more liquid will come out of the cherries and mix with the sugar. They keep falling down. Let me try to get a spoon of the syrup there to show you, yeah, okay? And this will just get nicer. You can still see there's a bit of sugar crystals in the bottom, but this will dissolve overnight quite handily. All right, so thanks for looking at my new recipe, fresh cherries and almond syrup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye.